This disease is called cancer, which cannot be transmitted from one person to other person. So it's a non-infectious disease. So let's see what it holds. In this topic, we're going to learn how it happens, what are the types of cancer, what causes the cancer, how to detect the cancer, and also how to prevent it or treat it. Let's start with the beginning one. See, usually every organism have the tendency to multiply their cell number. That means one cell become two, and so on. It goes until a proper instruction is given genetically. The cell division is very precise. That's the reason why when we are in the mother's body, like in the form of a zygote, until we become an infant or when we are about to get delivered out of the mother's body, see, our body shapes are formed due to the continuous cell division, and that too that is coordinated and with the precision it has to be. So everything is under control. But what happens in cancer is if any person, like we'll see the causes of cancer, but if a person attains or have cancer, they lose the capability, or like the body itself loses the capability of stopping or coordinating the cell division. So that means cell divides uncontrollably, uncontrolled growth. And the other thing is every normal individual, like without having any cancer, have a property called contact inhibition. Contact inhibition is like a kind of a regulatory mechanism in which a healthy cell with certain attributes goes and touches with the other cell to control its growth, whether to grow or not, or to undergo cell division or not. So it's like contact inhibition. So this is a normal person's ability to stop the cell division. But in cancer, a person loses the contact inhibition. So that's the reason why there is no way stopping the cell divisions to undergo multiple number of divisions to increase in the size, and it will lead to a tissue called tumor. Remember, tumor is the result of continuous cell division. Okay, there are two types of tumors. One is called benign tumor and the malignant tumor. So what is benign tumor? Benign tumor are the ones which are remain, that means present at a original location, and they do not spread from one part to other part of the body. So it's simply like if benign tumor is formed at a certain part of the body, then it will not move. It will remain intact in that particular position only. But whereas malignant tumors are the ones which proliferating cells, that means dividing cells, which can be termed as a neoplastic or tumor cells. What they do is they grow rapidly and they start invading the other cells wherever it is possible present, damaging the surrounding normal tissue. And while they are doing it, when they become so like hungry in sense means they start to spread across. What they do, they starve the normal cells for vital nutrients. Suppose imagine if there is a parasite, what the parasite do, it will take the all the extra nutrients required to our body, like it is taking away the nutrients of the original host body, and it will take it and then it will grow it. So it is like a competition between normal cells with the parasite. Same way here also. So these malignant tumors, once they start breaking, slogged off from each tumor, they travel in the blood, and whenever they settle upon, wherever they stop, they start creating a new tumor over there. So it's like spreading. So malignant tumors spread from one place to other place. And this property is called metastasis. Remember, there are certain terms which are very important. Number one, contact inhibition, types of tumors. Number three, metastasis. Metastasis is the process, a property of the cancerous cells to move from one location to the other location, and wherever it gets lodged, it will start creating a new tumor. Let's see what are the causes of cancer. Transformation of normal cells into cancer cells or neoplastic cells may be induced by physical, it's not bodily, but physical, chemical or biological agents. Like what? Carcinogens. Carcinogens are the chemicals, you already heard, any chemicals that causes cancer, carcinogenic in nature. Like X-rays, gamma rays, all are belonging to a category called physical carcinogens. Like UV radiations can damage. And chemical carcinogens present in tobacco smoking. This is very important. Tobacco smoking causes lung cancer, that you already see right on the statutory warning sign on the cigarette packet. And there are certain, this is physical, these are chemicals, tobacco smoking number 2. And there are certain viruses which are called oncogenic viruses, have a specific genes. If it attacks the human body, these oncogenes can create tumor in the human body. 1, 2, 3. That's why you can see oncology is study of cancer. And the fourth reason is there are certain genes in our body which are called oncogenes, CONC, or proto-oncogenes. They're present in the normal cells, but if it is triggered, we don't know the exact reason why they get triggered or get activated, due to certain conditions, even these genes can make that particular cells to become a uncontrollable cell division, or it causes the tumors. Okay. Now let's see the cancer detection, how to detect and diagnosis, to do the diagnosis. There are 4 or 5, I think 3 or 4 are there. Number 1, taking the tissue out of the body, and that is called biopsy. Here you see biopsy means taking the tissue out of the body and studying them, like you can see the blood and bone marrow, to see if there is a cell count increase, and it is called leukemia. Leukemia is a blood cancer. Okay. Then the next category is called radiography, X-rays. Like we are using X-rays to detect the presence of tumor, or computed tomography, and also the fourth one as a MRI scan, magnetic resonance images. So what here is, computed tomography uses X-rays to generate a 3-dimensional image. Remember, it is like creating a 3-dimensional image to see. Like doctors, when they are diagnosing, when they give a test like a CT scan or MRI scan, it gives a picture of what is exactly present in the body. Let me show you this picture right over here. You see here, this is one type of scan in which you see clearly it is like clear-cut visibility of what is present inside. I want all of you to check this one right over here. You are able to find an abnormality. Doctor can able to find the abnormality. You can see clearly right over here. There is certain marking has been given. You see, this is a tumor. It can be detected we can visualize it by using these scans. You see, this is a place where you can find the tumor. And another one which I would like to show you is this one. You see here, especially it is related to lung cancer. Try to understand, this picture has been taken, or it is taken from the top of the body to the lower part. It's not from front to back, but it is like from top to bottom. So if you can see, these are two lungs having cavities. You still see there is a huge lump of tissue has been grown. This is also a CT scan. This is how a clear-cut visualization is clearly found on the given X-ray. Let's see what are the other things. And here, remember, CT scan gives you a three-dimensional image, whereas MRI scan uses strong magnetic fields and non-ionizing radiations to accurately detect the pathological and physiological changes in the living tissue. Okay, so you see here, right over here, this is how MRI scan can be done. You might have seen, if you have gone, if your doctor has given you a test like MRI scan, this is how it can be seen. So a person can go into this and out of this. So the X-ray radiation that can detect what exactly present in the body. Okay, so biopsy by taking tissue, radiography, CT scan, and MRI scan. Another one is antibodies against cancer-specific antigens. So if any antigens are secreted by the cancerous cells, can be detected with the help of antibodies. That is how it can be done. Okay, and techniques of molecular biology can be applied to detect genes in individuals with inherited susceptibility. So this is one technique where, like, you can say, like a pedigree analysis at molecular level. So it is like inherited susceptibility. If a person is doubtful, he can go and check. So what they do, they check the genes which are, if they are present, if they can cause cancer in future, that can be predisposed. So it can be very helpful in preventing cancer in early stage also. So individuals may be advised to avoid exposure to particular carcinogen. If you know that if someone have a cancerous gene, then they can be very careful not to get exposed to carcinogens like X-rays or gamma rays or even smoking, and all this can be avoided. Let's see the treatment of cancer. There are three methods. One is by physically removing this tumor by surgery, or radiotherapy and immunotherapy. All these are the three different methods by which cancer can be treated. In radiotherapy, tumor cells are irradiated lethally. That means it is like bombarded with the X-rays, especially the one which is tumor, not the normal tissue. That is how it can be treated. Sometimes therapeutical drugs are used to kill cancer, like intake. Some of these are specific for particular tumor. That means a specific drug is meant for destroying the particular tumor. It can be many things. It can be a breast cancer, it can be a lung cancer, it can be a mouth cancer, it can be colon cancer. Many people have died because of different types of cancers. Majority of the drugs have side effects like what? Hair loss and anemia. You might have seen in Facebook or Instagram, where you can see celebrities going bald, like they lose their hair because of side effects of using these therapeutical drugs. Most cancers are treated by combination of all these three, like surgery, continuous exposure to X-rays, and also chemicals, chemotherapy. Tumor cells have been shown to avoid detection and destruction by immune system naturally. Therefore, the patients are given substances like biological response modifiers called alpha interferons. Very important. One mark question. Alpha interferons have the capability to activate their immune system so that the immune system can capable of destroying the tumor naturally. So this is another method of treating cancer. Okay, alpha interferon. So here in this topic, like a cancer, you get so much of terminology all the way from here. Contact inhibition. Some terms we should remember. Contact inhibition. What is tumor? The types of tumors. What do you mean by neoplastic cells? What is metastasis? Types of carcinogens. All the four different reasons of causing cancers. how to detect how to detect and do the diagnosis. And again, here there are four methods. Fifth method is antibodies against cancer antigens, and molecular techniques which can help in predicting the cancer early stages. Treatment of cancer by different methods like surgery, radiation therapy, immunotherapy, and also alpha interferons, giving alpha interferons. So this content contains a lot of important terms as well as a huge amount of information.